All right, Max, another big fight week, and this one's obviously, real big for the sport, UFC 300. You said in your own video blog that you were coming into Vegas. Vegas Sunday would be a rest day, and I know you like to go find fun stuff to do around wherever you're fighting. What did you do on Sunday for your rest day? How'd you start the fight week?
The rest day, me and the team went to go to Allegiant Stadium to scope out to see when it's Holloway versus whoever there. So that's what we did. All joking aside, we actually did the tour there. It's pretty sick. I never saw the stadium. It was pretty cool, and I guess I'm a Raiders fan now after watching that, because I was like, I got inspired, man. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. The history the history of the Raiders and everything was just, it was cool to hear.
Is that how you take in that kind of experience? Like the rest of us, we go in there and we're like, yeah, this is a nice stadium. You go in there thinking like, I could fight here someday.
Oh yeah, Holloway versus whoever it can be. I mean, it'd be crazy. 60,000 plus people there would be amazing, man. And in Vegas, the UFC have been there, to be honest, brother. They should have, the biggest event ever in the UFC. They should have went there, but I understand why. So we're here now.
Yeah, and you've been doing a lot of interviews, like I mentioned off camera before you sat down. And you've been pretty scruffy in all of them, but then you clean it up. Is that kind of like a pre-fight tradition? Because I feel like you always come into fight week pretty cleaned up, yeah?
Yeah, during the fight, everybody was like, I like to stream. I stream over on Kick if you guys want to catch me on there. Kick.com/Max Holloway. But everybody's like, cut your hair, Max, shave, whatever. I'm like, brother, I ain't got no time in camp.
Yeah.
There's one thing to do. There's work to be put in camp. I ain't got no extra time. I already drive 45 minutes to an hour to training. That's one way and back. So I got to pick up my son. I got to stay hang out with my wife. I got to do all kind of stuff. I got all kind of stuff on my plate. So at the end of the day, I got no time to cut my hair and, fix up. Maybe you can clean up here and there when I got an event going on. But, brother, if we're in training camp, it's caveman Max until we got to go look. Until we got to put on a show. You come to Vegas, I can't be looking like a caveman, brother. You got to play the part.
How was this camp compared to others? I mean, obviously one of the first things you said when this fight got booked is that I'm going to be a different guy than I was when I fought Dustin Poirier. So how different was it becoming that guy?
Not hard at all. Not hard at all. It was actually pretty easy. I mean, the 10 extra pounds helped. The meals looked the same. Was just I got to eat more portions. So life's good, physically, mentally, I feel 100%, and I can't wait to show. Everybody talk about that Dustin Poirier fight, and it's just, bro, that's so old news. It's gonna be like what, 6 or 7 years to the date. Come on Saturday, let that go. Focus on what's in front of you, not what's behind you guys. It's gonna be a fun one. Tune in UFC 300, and I'd rather do showing than talking.
I feel like though on Friday, like when you weigh in, the internet's just gonna be flooded with like here he is at UFC 236, and here he is at UFC 300. It's going to be like the side-by-sides.
Yeah.
How different are you going to look than you?
I'm going to look different, brother. I'm going to look different. I think I might have abs. I'm going to have abs. The last one, I had a muffin top. He's not even here. I don't know where Tim is. Tim left his job, man. I'm going to cut his percentage. But, this whole fight camp, he's been calling me Muffin Top Max, just teasing me the whole way. Because there's a picture on the internet of when I fought Dustin. I'm getting cracked, and over my Valentudo shorts there's muffin tops. So it's terrible, brother. Yeah. He's not a friend. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be a big difference, I think. And just come Saturday night, man, I think there's gonna be a big difference you guys are gonna see.
Well, how did you historically, throughout your career, how have you really looked at strength and if you have a muffin top, you'd still of fights with a muffin top, right? So I guess what did you think about physique and strength, and how did that change essentially in this one?
I mean, for me personally, I don't care. Even with the way your body looks, look at DC for example. You know what I mean? That guy was a 2-time champ, and that guy looked like a muffin top, but he looked like a sack of potatoes, a bag of potatoes. So at the end of the day, looks can be very deceiving, brother. So it is what it is. But to me, I know in that one, with having the certain amount of time we did what we could, and I feel like in that fight, all we had to do is switch little things, we changed little things, the outcome is different. And that's why we're here for this one now, let that be in the past. We're here now, and I get to show everybody the adjustments that I made coming to 55 this time, and I think the world is going to be, they're going to love it, I think the fans are going to love it. The people's gonna love it. Whoever's tuning into UFC 300, I say this every fight, guys. If you guys want your friends, your family members, or whoever you're trying to get them to MMA, make them turn into UFC 300. Make them turn into UFC 300 from the beginning of the card. You know, this card is stacked from the top to bottom, but tune into mine and Justin fight, and you're gonna have a fan for life for mixed martial arts.
Like adding 10 pounds of lean muscle, if that's about what you did, which kind of sounds like you did, you wanted to bulk up a little bit. I would, like most people would say, yeah, that's great for sports. You know, like, do you feel more dangerous like with 10 pounds of like lean muscle? Like if we were the zombie apocalypse, like is this the best version of Max? Like, you know, are you the most dangerous with this extra weight?
I feel good. You know, for a zombie apocalypse, I don't know, because you know I feel like I can sit down and sit on my punch a little bit more, have a little more punch power against a zombie. I don't think you want to do that, you know. So at the end of the day, I feel good. I feel stronger. A lot of people would keep questioning it. How do you feel faster? But I feel faster, and you guys all get to see come Saturday night.
I asked you when they booked this fight that this was before Volk fought Ilya, and I was like, if something happens where it's just obvious, where it's like, dude, Max should be fighting for a championship, you know, it's like very obvious to everybody, like, are you going to regret this? And you said, absolutely not, I will not regret it. And that kind of happened. Like, you know, Volk lost in the way he did. It was very definitive, and everybody's like, sure, it would be great to see Max in a title fight. Like, did any part of you at all during this thing be like, maybe I should have waited to get that title fight?
Not at all, because even if I did wait it and I did get the title fight, right? When are we fighting? This guy's like going on a world tour around the world right now, meeting up with, like, he's in Miami right now. I don't know, drinking coladas or something. I don't know what the hell he's doing. You know what I mean? That guy's not in the lab, and he's not going to be in the lab anytime soon. I believe so. At the end of the day, I ain't, you know. And I always thought no matter what weight happened, they're going to give Volk the rematch. Like what Volk's body of work that he did for the featherweight division, I don't know how you don't give the rematch. Like, oh, yeah, he got knocked out twice in a row. I was like, yeah, at a high weight class, brother. Like, it's okay, you know. I would have been sitting around still just say that. Or I would have had to fight somebody else. You know what I mean? So why not fight Justin Gaethje for the BMF title, something that I believe I am, and on the biggest card, on the biggest card of the whole entire history. I think so. Even moving forward, no card is going to be bigger than this until UFC 400, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like you don't really think in these terms, but do you feel like it's just inevitable at some point you and Ilya Topuria are going to fight? Like,
100%.
That's going to happen.
100%. Right? He likes to talk a lot. You know, I like to listen, and when it's time, it's time. You know, he's gonna have to see me. He's gonna have to see me sooner or later. You know, like I said, there was a reason why UFC didn't want him to fight me. They made all these other contenders coming out fight me Yair, Arnold Allen, you know, whoever you keep naming them. That why did Ilya not come up? And then he gets a title shot after Josh Emmett, after a guy who just lost to the champion. MMA math is confusing as hell sometimes, but it just made no sense to me.
I got to ask, you say that he likes to talk and you like to listen. What's one thing that he said that you remember?
You know, I just saying that he's not going to give us a... I think so. You think he's Dana White or Hunter Campbell. You know, he said he's not going to give a shot. It's like, cool, brother. It's not up to you. When you get that contract, just sign the dotted line.
Can I say something that if they do Ilya Topuria title fight in Spain before and when they never did, Max Holloway in Hawaii, I'm going to be annoyed on your behalf. Are you going to be a little annoyed at that?
No, I'm not going to be annoyed, brother. I wouldn't be annoyed. You know, it is what it is. You see the support he's getting, you know, and everything he's getting, so it's well deserved, you know. I mean, if you get to Spain and stuff, why not Holloway and Topuria, you know? So I would love to be there, you know. If I can't get Hawaii, put me in Spain with the guy, you know. But first things first, hopefully him and Volk can figure that stuff out, and then I got my hands filled with the highlight come Saturday night, and you know, like I said, after this fight, I go out there, I get my hand raised. We got options, bro. And in this sport, you know, you work closely with this sport. When you got options, a lot of doors open up.
Well, I guess last thing, man, how do you think you'll feel all week, and how do you think you'll feel walking out? I mean, this is a danger. Not that all of them aren't, but this is like super dangerous guy in front of you. I mean, he said, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but he said, great way to win this fight would be sending Max basically to the hospital and making it so he can't walk, you know? I mean, this is a violent fight. That's why they make BMF fights, you know? Like, what is the feeling coming into this week?
My face is all smile, man. Smiles. I'm all smiles. That make me... I can't wait, you know what I mean? I can't wait to go in there. Like I said, he's a violent guy. I want to be the greatest, one of the greatest ever. And I believe if you're a pound-for-pound list and you're not trying to fight anybody out your weight class, how you even there, brother? Drop the hell out of it, you know. So, man, it's just the one word that comes to mind is violence, and I love it. I live for this, you know. Like I said, everybody, a lot of people give me shit about it. It's like I said, bro, if it was Gladiator, you know, we wouldn't walk around on scale, you know. Like I wouldn't actually wait on you, you know. And everybody's like, oh, but if Francis came and said that, like, brother, send the contract. Make sure there's a lot of zeros. We'll figure this out, brother.
I'll leave it. Yeah, and that's why people love you, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you at UFC 300. Thank you, Max.
Thank you, brother.